fans are astounded by Outdaughtered star's latest significant life update. Fans of Outdaughtered have always been captivated by, inspired by, and insatiably curious about the Busby family. As the only all-female quintuplets in the U.S., Adam and Danielle Busby and their 6 kids, together with their oldest daughter Blake, captured the attention of viewers from the very beginning of the show. In addition to their family's exceptional size and distinctiveness, the series was notable for its loving sincerity and genuine difficulties that Danielle and Adam let the cameras record. Years later, the Busses still garner media attention despite the show's pauses and changes in focus. After learning about yet another noteworthy life update from the family, followers were recently left in complete shock. Fans, social media, and entertainment sites have all started talking about this development. For seasoned watchers, it serves as another reminder that change is a constant in the Busby's lives and that continuous aspect of their trip. However, what is this significant change exactly? And why have followers worldwide taken such an interest in it? We must examine both the history and the present in order to respond to that. The background of the Busby family's journey, including their setbacks, victories, and development since America first saw them on film. A brief analysis of Outdoor's influence. Outdoor wasn't your typical reality show about families. It was unique due to the extraordinary conditions under which the quintuplets were born to Danielle. It was difficult to think about raising 5 babies at once. But the enormity of their everyday obligations became nearly unthinkable when they added in the fact that they already had a little daughter. In addition to watching the mayhem unfold, viewers were moved by the Busbys' ability to handle it with humor, love, and fortitude. The show provided viewers with a front-row access to events such as birthday celebrations, family milestones, restless nights, amazing holidays, and medical scares. The Busbys were approachable despite their unique circumstances because each episode struck a mix between genuine hardships and light-hearted enjoyment. Soon after, each of the females became quite cherished by their fans. Everyone had a favorite, whether it was Hazel's special struggles with her vision, Riley's fearless nature, or Blake's kind but occasionally overbearing role as the big sister. Following each new season, social media was ablaze with discussion, and Danielle and Adam became well-known figures in American popular culture. Life outside of the cameras. Many fans had imagined the Busbys were quietly leading a more private life after stepping aside from regular television production, which is one of the reasons they were taken aback by the most recent status update. The consistent exposure that comes with weekly TV shows had lessened, but they continued to have an active online presence on YouTube, Instagram, and other sites. Many people believed that everything was going as usual for the family. The females were getting bigger. Everyone was busy with school, and Danielle was juggling parenthood and her own business endeavors. Adam took delight in being a hands-on father while pursuing his professional goals. However, as seasoned watchers are aware, life with 6 developing daughters is rarely static. Fans immediately grasped that the Busses were once again at a significant turning point in their family's history when the news of this new alteration broke. The big life update that generated reactions from fans. The headline that has fans talking is straightforward but powerful. Regarding the future of their family, the Busses have taken yet another important choice. Every time the Busbys share something new, whether it has to do with their business endeavors, the children's schooling, or their own health, the impact is felt right away. Heartfelt reactions, conjectures, and remarks abound on social media. Because it addresses topics that have been present in the Busby story since the beginning, such as balancing family, this update has emotional weight. Obligations related to personal development, managing health issues, and choosing how much of their lives to disclose to the public. In addition to admiring the Busbys' willingness to establish limits and put their daughter's welfare first, fans praise them for being open and honest when they can. Hearing about this change seems like closing one chapter and getting ready for a new one for fans who have been with the series since its inception. It evokes pride in the family's progress and nostalgia for past seasons. Come and be curious about what's in store. Why were fans so taken aback? The timing is part of the surprise. With the quintuplets growing older and more self-reliant, many believed the Busses were moving into a more established stage of life. Viewers believed that things may be going more smoothly now that the chaotic diaper days were long gone. Parenting doesn't always become easier though, as the Busbys themselves have consistently stressed. It simply changes shape. According to Danielle's previous comments, the difficulties of 5. The difficulties faced by 5 school-age girls are considerably different from those of toddlers. They will soon have to deal with the difficulties of 5 teenagers. The idea of 5 distinct personalities all going through puberty at the same time is both intimidating and intriguing. Many fans recognized that the buses are still very much in the middle of their crazy journey when this life update was released. In many respects, the stakes are only rising, and the journey isn't slowing down. Social media responses from fans. As soon as the update was shared, comments flooded Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Several fans offered personal tales of how the buses had influenced them, while others voiced excitement and concerns. Messages from parents of multiples who felt encouraged and validated by the Busby family's transparency were common. Others used the time to think back on their favorite scenes from the show, sharing with one another which ones made them laugh or cry. For instance, the eye surgery that Hazel had. Fans continue to find resonance in the plot, and their appreciation for Blake's development as the big sister never wanes. The new update seemed like a continuation of an already compelling story about how the Busbys had always handled change because of these moments that acted as pillars for the fan base. It helps to recall how the Busbys have always dealt with change in order to comprehend why this most recent chapter feels so important. They have had to deal with changes from the start that most families can't imagine. The buses had to establish new habits in order to survive the first several months after 5 small prees returned from the hospital. They had to constantly change diapers, schedule feedings, and come up with inventive ways to maintain order in a home that could have quickly descended into pandemonium. The way they accepted it, rather than only managing it, was what made them unique. Adam's sense of humor combined with Danielle's composed yet focused enthusiasm and their readiness to learn laid the groundwork for their success over those years. The difficulties changed as the quintuplets developed, including potty training 5 toddlers, arranging 5 little bedrooms, and managing 5 very disparate personalities. The Busbys adjusted every time life dealt a curveball. Fans are now once more reminded that the Busby tale is about ongoing evolution thanks to this latest update. Even if it involves disclosing information, they don't hesitate to share that growth with their audience. Vulnerability, the importance of health, and individual welfare. Health has been a recurrent element throughout the Busby family's journey, which is another reason this update is significant. Particularly, Danielle has been candid about her health issues, which include bouts of fatigue, inexplicable pain, and medical issues that have necessitated testing and consultations with a doctor. Support and encouragement have been given by fans who have kept a careful eye on these developments. Danielle's candor in talking about her health has strengthened her relationship with viewers. Numerous women have expressed that they prioritize their families over their own well-being far too frequently. Danielle's recognition of her boundaries has inspired others to follow suit. It makes sense that supporters would be shocked if this most recent life update mentioned her health, Adam's health, or the health of one of the kids. Health is quite individual. However, the Busby's transparency has always given it a sense of community, as if everyone is cheering for its success and recuperation collectively. Growing pains and education. The education and development of the females is another potential connection to the Busby's update. The quintuplets fans were amazed at how fast time had gone by since their Nikki days when they first started preschool. The girls are now growing into new social and intellectual phases every year. Making decisions about education is never easy for a family like the Busbys. 6 children are impacted when choosing between homeschooling, private schooling, and public schooling. It includes money, logistics, and the careful balancing act of providing each female with what she needs on a personal level. Although their kids may have the same birthday, Danielle and Adam have always made it clear that they are not exact replicas of one another. Parker's sensitivity, Hazel's tenacity in overcoming her vision issues, and Riley's audacious individualism all call for careful parenting. Therefore, many fans question right away if the buses made a significant decision regarding education when they hear about a significant life update. Are they in motion? Districts? Have they chosen a course that will enable every child to thrive in her own unique way? Because of these potential outcomes, the update is not only noteworthy but also relatable to families worldwide. Changes in business and profession. Naturally, The Busbys are professionals and business owners in addition to being parents. Danielle has put a lot of time and effort into running her boutique. Adam, however, has pursued professional trajectories that strike a balance between security and artistic fulfillment. They have established a brand that endures over time. Beyond television, including speaking engagements, business endeavors, and social media material. Fans instantly conjecture whether career changes are involved whenever they reveal a life update. Could Danielle, for instance, be moving her company to a different location? Could Adam be taking on a more flexible job at home or embarking on a new creative endeavor? Fans are interested in these changes because they demonstrate how the Busses are still developing as individuals while juggling the obligations of a big family. The concept of reinvention strikes a deep chord with viewers. The Busses are viewed by many viewers as role models for parenting, as well as for managing adulthood in general. Danielle and Adam have encouraged countless admirers to think that it's never too late to shift directions by demonstrating that it's possible to pursue new goals while having a large family. The emotional aspects of family updates that go beyond practical ones like work, education, or health. Fans are truly astounded by the emotional aspect. Since the Busbys are about more than just announcements, every update has an air of risk. The topic is family identity. Remember when Danielle and Adam first talked about their difficulties together? They decided to share those unvarnished moments with the public since their marriage had been strained by the demands of parenting 6 children. They faced the challenges head-on rather than ignoring them. They did this by offering hope to innumerable couples who might have felt isolated in their difficulties. This explains why the news regarding Busbys is so important to supporters. Updates aren't limited to entertainment. It's an opportunity to see a family deal with the same highs and lows that so many households experience, only made worse by the enormity of their particular situation. A fresh life update is more than just information. Fans are emotionally invested in this new part of the drama. It explains why Instagram comments are heartfelt and Twitter threads are lengthy with passionate responses. Emojis, prayers, and supportive, speculative, and inquisitive remarks. Fans naturally jump to fill in the holes when the Busbys reveal something ambiguous or incomplete. A significant portion of the discussion turns into speculation. Will Daughter get a new season as a result of this update? Is it possible that the family is getting ready to relocate? Are they prioritizing their private family lives over their popularity on television? Every scenario has distinct ramifications. Fans who miss weekly television would be thrilled to see it return. Episodes. Reminiscence would be sparked by a decision to take a more permanent step back, but it would also demonstrate respect for the family's limits. A health-related statement would raise concerns and prayers, but a commercial expansion would show appreciation for their ambition. In actuality, fans are interested in more than simply the latest information. They're curious as to why. They want to know the background, the logic, and the motivations behind the choice. This curiosity demonstrates the extent to which the Busses have ingrained themselves in the popular consciousness. Awareness. The function of the fandom. The fan base has always been one of the most potent elements of the outdoor spectacle. Since the start of the show, there have been a lot of online forums, organizations, and Facebook sites devoted to the Busses. Fans can discuss their personal thoughts, evaluate each update, and commemorate victories in these communities. These communities were a hive of activity as soon as the latest version was revealed. Re-watching previous episodes to find hints was the subject of some threads. Others argued over the next course the Busses should take. Regardless of the details, many merely conveyed their appreciation for the opportunity to keep tracking the family's journey. It is impossible to overestimate the sense of community that these fan groups provide. The Busbys are more than just a source of amusement for many people. They stand for tenacity, family harmony, and the conviction that happiness is achievable even in the face of adversity. To put this most recent change in perspective, it is helpful to look back at previous significant updates. Think of additional occasions when the Busbys delivered news that changed people's lives. Fans were shocked when Danielle revealed her health issues, but they came together in support of her. Adam dispelled stigma and encouraged many guys to get treatment when they needed it by talking about mental health and the demands of fatherhood. Fans joined the quintuplets in celebrating their accomplishments, such as learning to ride a bike or entering kindergarten. Every one of these updates had a unique emotional impact. Fans were reminded by each that, although the Busby's situation is unique, their fundamental feelings are shared by all people. Every new announcement feels more than just a news headline because of this. Preparing for the next step feels like a journey that is shared. It's still unclear what will happen with this next upgrade. The buses rarely remain motionless for very long, as fans are aware. One thing is for sure, regardless of whether this results in a new public endeavor, a more sedate stage of family life, or another round of personal development, their tale isn't over. Part of the excitement for devoted fans is the anticipation. They are confident that love, resiliency, and faith will steer the buses in any direction they choose. Principles that have always characterized them. The expression stuns fans is so accurate because of this. It goes beyond surprise. It's about the emotional toll of witnessing a family you look up to take yet another risk. Growing up on camera leaves a legacy. The Busby girls' knowledge is one of the things that contributes to this new update's potency. Raised in front of the camera, viewers see their milestones from the very first episodes. First words, first steps, school events, and birthday celebrations. Many supporters feel as if they have been watching the girls grow up with their own kids. Every time the family makes a new announcement, their shared journey adds a touch of nostalgia. Those who watched years ago are now amazed at the girls' rapid development. The once tiny quintuplets, for instance, wore clothing that was color-coded so that viewers could tell them apart are now unique individuals with certain interests, pastimes, and friendships. Blake, who formerly appeared to be the overburdened big sister, is now confidently entering young adulthood. Every life update feels like a collective milestone because of this history. The buses tell more than simply their own tale. They ask their audience to recall the beginning. To gauge time not just by the girls' ages but also by the life stages that the audience has experienced. The harmony between sharing and privacy. Danielle and Adam have grown more cautious about what they disclose in public as the daughters get older. Presenting the family as a whole with humorous disarray and endearing antics was simpler in previous years. The issue of privacy is becoming more sensitive as school-age youngsters are forming their own identities. This adds to the significance of the family's willingness to continue sharing information. Giving fans a peek, they are cautiously striking a balance between protection and transparency into their lives without putting their kids at danger. This balance resonates with parents everywhere. How can you honor your child's independence while publicly celebrating their accomplishments? This is another reason why fans were taken aback by the most recent release. The Busbys chose to share even though they were not required to. They did this to remind audiences of the reasons their story has always struck a chord. It is sincere, considerate, and based on love. Updates on life's symbolism. At first glance, a life update can appear straightforward, but it has symbolic importance within the Busby family's environment. It exhibits development, resiliency, and the guts to take risks. Their reactions to each significant development have been the same: astonishment, awe, and a strong emotional bond. For instance, fans were taken aback when they initially revealed that they would temporarily halt filming Outdaughtered. Nevertheless, they accepted the decision, realizing that the welfare of the family came first. Years later, a reminder that their experience is still evolving is provided with the notification of another life update. Stuns fans is more than simply a catchphrase. It accurately captures the response of those who are emotionally immersed in the Busby tale, because the family has let their audience partake in their victories and setbacks. Every update feels intimate. Why the Busbys are still inspiring. Inspiration lies at the core of the Busby story. It goes beyond simply growing quintuplets or controlling the turmoil. It's about overcoming obstacles with humor, faith, and willpower. Viewers have watched Danielle and Adam deal with restless nights, financial strains, health scares, and the day-to-day challenges of marriage and parenthood over the years. Throughout it all, they have shown that creating a caring home doesn't require perfection. Effort, perseverance, and a will to learn are what count. Supporters frequently remark that the Busbys help them feel less isolated in their hardships. They demonstrate that even under unusual conditions, a family is sustained by the fundamentals of love, tolerance, and unity. Whatever the specifics of this most recent life update, it furthers that motivation. The buses keep reminding audiences that change is something to welcome rather than something to be afraid of by sharing their story. The eagerness for the upcoming chapter. Naturally, fans get more excited about what will happen next as they analyze the most recent news. Is a new season of Outdoor planned? Will the family prioritize? Rely more on social media and YouTube? A book project, a corporate expansion, or even a more secluded stage of life might be in the works. The truth is that the Busbys love surprises, but speculation is part of the excitement. No one could have predicted how their narrative would turn out. Its unpredictable nature adds to its allure. Fans will undoubtedly stick with the family regardless of their decision. Whether updates are provided via social media posts, TV shows, or sporadic interviews, the audience and the buses have a close relationship. The emotional investment of the fans. The intensity of their audience's emotional attachment to the Busbys is what distinguishes them from other reality TV families. This goes beyond simple amusement. It feels like friendship to many viewers. Fans prayed for Danielle when she battled health issues. Fans could identify with Adam as he talked about his anxiousness. Fans cheered like delighted aunts and uncles when the quintuplets reached significant milestones. Consequently, when a headline declares that fans were taken aback by the Outdaughtered star's life update, which speaks to them since it's relatable. It seems intimate. Fans truly care about this family, and they react to every update with a mix of admiration, optimism, and empathy. An analysis of development and transformation. From a distance, this most recent event serves as yet another reminder of the universal reality that life is constantly changing. That truth is amplified by the Busbys' voyage. What started out as a tale of 5 babies surviving their early years has evolved into a tale of development, resiliency, and camaraderie. The quintuplets are now youngsters with voices, ideas, and futures ahead of them rather than infants. As the oldest sister, Blake is forging her own route and negotiating the unusual experience of being the only non-quintuplet. Adam and Danielle are juggling their roles as spouses, parents, and people. Each update serves as a chronology, a reminder that the journey is ongoing, and that change, even unexpected change, is what gives life its meaning. Significant. Awaiting the future with optimism. Hope is the common thread that runs through all of the Busby stories chapters. I hope the difficulties can be resolved. I hope kids become strong and self-assured. Have faith that love and fortitude will see them through every unforeseen moment. In that hope, fans see themselves. They are reminded that even with all of their flaws, their own families may succeed. Outdaughtered has therefore never been limited to a single family. It concerns the shared human experience of coexisting in life. Fans may be shocked by the Busbys' announcement of this new life update, but they are also motivated, encouraged to welcome change, to celebrate progress, and to look forward to the conclusion, call to action, and future with hope. The bus's tale is far from finished. Fans will continue to support and admire this journey, with each update serving as a stepping stone. Audiences were reminded by the latest news why they fell in love with. First of all, this family. Their genuineness, their fortitude, and their capacity to turn setbacks into learning experiences. This moment is both unexpected and reassuring for those who have been following along from the start. It's unexpected because life never turns out the way we anticipate. It's encouraging because the Busbys keep demonstrating how love and faith can get a family through any challenge. One thing is evident when fans take in this information. The buses will never stop motivating. Their experience serves as a constant reminder that, with all of its complexities, family life is something to be celebrated.